Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be restarting our High Elf campaign with Tyrion, Mortal Empires, using the Steel Faith Overhaul mod, the SFO team, after the Festhog beta ended. So this campaign has been a lot of technical problems that have frankly been pretty infuriating. But we're going to start it again, so special thanks to Simon for the great donation. Just quick background information before we get into here. I did have about 8 or 9 turns of this campaign on the channel using the Festhog update on the vanilla Total War Warhammer 2 with no other mods, because that's how Simon wanted it. He wanted something that was approachable for new people. Good. I did 8 or 9 episodes. Then vanilla changed it and made all previous saves incompatible, so I couldn't continue that campaign. So I had to restart the campaign couple of days ago, and I wanted to do the Steel Faith Overhaul mod, and Simon said he thought that'd be cool. There's a lot of changes and things like that, and usually I really like the Steel Faith Overhaul mod. It's great. Well, after the first episode in that, we won a really tight fight with the High Elves against the Dark Elves, Cult of Excess, and then I just started the campaign today, and we got trolled on the movement range. So, even though we won the battle, it was during their turn on this little island, which we'll just go ahead and get started. We'll get back in there. I'm just going to explain for those of you who are curious, why does this campaign keep restarting? Because we keep getting trolled. So Tyrion, we'll go over all this stuff. With the Steel Faith, basically it gives you some min-maxing. You get minus 20 diplomacy with most factions. Recruitment duration, minus 1 for infantry. That's the thing that's important there. You get upkeep reduction for spearmen, archers, and silver helms. Plus 2 rank for Sea Guard, which is great, and then you get negative 5 leadership in foreign territory and plus 5 leadership in your own territory. So that's all good. Okay, and then legendary, very hard. So I don't want to be too negative, but I am pretty pissed because I just tried to do that episode. I tried every way possible to get around this glitch, but I really want to come up with this content, you know, and I have a limited amount of time today when I can record this, so I've just got to play through it. But basically, it told us we only had 14% movement range. And we were literally like 1 pixel away from attacking this town on this island. And they were injured. This gave them, but I couldn't do it. I tried reloading the game. It started me off in March stance, which I was when I hopped onto the island, and it said I had 85% movement. I tried to switch back to normal stance, and then it said I had 14% movement. It was literally 1 pixel away from being able to attack this town. But no matter how many times I tried it, it would not let me attack the town. It would let me assume in camp stance, which requires 50% movement. March stance is only supposed to give you an additional 50%, but for some reason March stance was giving me 85% movement, and camp stance was allowing me to encamp, but in any stance I could attack in, both Lilith's Blessing and just the normal like no stance, I couldn't attack the town. I was standing right here at the start of my turn. They have no agents, nobody blocked army, nothing. And I was able to move to like right here, but I couldn't attack the town. And I can't retreat, because if you retreat in this game, basically you lose early on, because they're going to be able to hire a much larger army than you, and the garrisons are much, much stronger in this game, and the units are more expensive for you. And so that means that you have to be able to win battles with less units, with the odds against you, a lot of times. And I had to take 1 more turn before I had the movement to go in. He completed the shrine building, which gave him just like an insane garrison where there's no way I could beat it, and all of his units got full replenishment. And I was just sitting here with my banged up army after that, and I was like so pissed, and I'm still not happy about it. But anyways, we'll just get back into it and try it again.
Champion of the
I mean, we could have won the battle harder, and like they wouldn't have even had an army. They would have still had the garrison though if I couldn't attack the next turn. And anyways, let's get back in here. All right.
Onward.
Enough chatter. We're going to try to be positive.
You have my attention.
It's just really annoying that that's like twice that I've been trolled off of technical difficulties despite having pretty good play.
Loyal to a fault.
Okay, so we got a negative trait. It's cool.
Shield against the darkness.
How's diplomacy looking? So we're just going to fly through, and then I'm going to explain more.
Alariel, those who speak the truth are always... The time is now.
We'll fly through the early parts. Version, war. Everybody has a version of you too.
Speak.
Illyrian doesn't mind us that much.
A dignified visitor. Such a rare treat. Welcome. As you say.
Now, our homegirl's not gonna like that probably too much, but I need the money. Right.
Everqueen of Althwan.
Actually, she didn't mind too much.
Your best? What do you seek from the Asura, traveler? Quite impossible.
So we're just trying to get get some trade agreements going if we can here. And get some friends. Okay, and then we're gonna build out. So we need a front line. Units are way more expensive in this game, so that's gonna give us 11. They aren't recruiting right now,
No.
but they still start off with 9 units, and their garrison's gonna give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they start off with 15 units basically.
Ever loyal.
You start off with 8. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to hire, so I can't do anything with that. We tried diplomacy, can't do text yet, can't do any of this stuff. Okay, we're just gonna power through. So we're gonna have to hire 3 more units next turn. We have to go stop them at Shrine of Assyrian, because if they take that shrine, the garrison, if they build that special shrine building, which I forgot it was even a tier 1 building. Like, they literally built it in like 2 turns, and I think they're supposed to, like, if you try to build it, it takes like 4 turns. But if they get the garrison for that, it's pretty much lights out. Like, we're not gonna be able to beat that garrison early game with the cost of the units at this mod. But I'm going to go through and explain the text and then explain like our strategy and the units and all that stuff a little bit more. I just want to make sure I don't get trolled again on this at the start. If that's how it goes down, it's possible I should go for Angerial first, just to stop them for going for that shrine. Okay, I'll explain the caps later. If we get to it. I just don't want to spend like an hour explaining this stuff and then get trolled in battle.
Ill considered. Awaiting orders.
Pretty much looked at everybody else.
Guardian of the field. A dignified visitor. Such a rare treat. Welcome. Wise indeed.
Little
At
extra
your service.
cash.
You have traveled far to petition the Phoenix throne. Unlikely.
Alariel, the faithful servant of Althwan.
Can't do text, can't do buildings. Okay, and we're just gonna have to fight them next turn, so you're not gonna be able to afford more than that. But yeah, if it's like, if this, I mean, the only thing I can think of is this sand here or something dramatically lowers your movement, but the thing is, like, the numbers just don't add up. Like, why can I go into growth stance? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can I go into encamp stance or whatever, which requires 50%, but then my movement is only 14%? Why does dash give me 85% movement speed? Like, the numbers just don't make sense. Why is it 85% dash? I can encamp, but I can't move more than 14% in normal stance. I just don't get it. Hopefully it's some kind of bug, because it's probably going to play out in a similar way where Reserve falls, so Empire can declare war on each other. They can fight. All right. I figured out last time too. If you watched the first episode of last time, you can't do noble prestige and recruit. You have to choose. So that's what the deal was. As I was trying to do noble prestige while I recruited, but it's not possible.
Shield against the darkness.
I'm wondering if I have to like sack this and then run over here to get over here in time to have enough movement. I'm not sure, but either way, let's just get in here and fight this.
Alario. For my queen.
Okay, so we're definitely not favored,
I am
but we're gonna
ready
fight it
to
because
fight.
you know their garrison has 1,000,000 units. They just got even more, I think. So this is, yeah, they got 3 more units.
Kill them
like
all.
every single building gives them like 3 units garrison. I mean, your buildings, you have a higher garrison too, but like it's on you early on to be aggressive in almost every campaign and to try to gain territory, or they just get huge advantages on you. So really the higher garrisons much more heavily favor the AI, especially early in the game. Like you have to be super aggressive, because if they get a 20 stack and they're sitting there with, you know, like an extra, you know, 8 units from their garrison, sometimes even more, in a lot of these campaigns, you're just not going to be able to beat it because you can't afford a 20 stack early on. You know, the most units you can afford comfortably, a lot of times are like maybe 15, maybe, and then you're going to be bankrupt, basically.
Heir of Anarian.
So you have to go. Like, you can't wait.
Spearmen.
And those garrisons make, like, the garrisons put you on the clock, which is interesting. I mean, I like it. It's just like, you just can't get trolled by movement. Like, it has to be perfect. Like, you have to fight well, and you have to not get trolled by the AI, basically.
Without fail. Acknowledged. Spearmen.
Now, they're going to have shields, and we don't, so... put our archers up here first, and then we're going to have to rotate them back, most likely.
We will obey!
Setting forth. Heir of Anarian. Together. Quickly now. Asa, move! Move! Moving out!
Archers! Asa, forward!
Spearmen, as you say. For order! Quickly now! Silver helms! Understood! Onward! March! Heir of Anarian. I go! Advance!
For the king!
Forward! Move! Battle calls! Ithelmar chariots!
It will be done!
Defending order!
Acknowledged!
Heir of Anarian.
Where's their lord? Oh, there he is.
With me!
If I can sneak
I
through
go.
this.
Archers! We go!
For
No,
duty!
don't fire on them. Get over here and fire on them.
Sinner!
To battle! Striking forth!
It will be done!
Silver helms! Setting forth! We will obey! Heir of Anarian. Archers!
Asa, move!
Move! Defending order! Moving out! Understood! Asur, forward! Advance! Kill them! Without fail! Ithelmar chariots! Advance!
Archers!
Forward! Without fail! Loyal! Move! Heir of Anarian. Acknowledged! It shall be done! Without fail! For Assyrian! Silver helms! Following orders! We advance! Sunfang lusts for battle! Archers! Understood! Anarian. Move! As you say, march! Defender of Ulf One. No mercy!
Oh, they want to go? Okay.
It will be done. Archers!
Get to war!
Setting forth!
As you say, we will obey. Sail! We advance!
Apace! Understood!
We go!
Understood!
Heir of Anarian. Spearmen, to the fray!
Battle calls!
To the fray!
Kill them!
We advance!
Yeah, you want to try to shoot them in the back if you can. It makes them run a lot faster, or like makes them break easier, I should say.
Hussar, forward! White Lions!
Orders received!
Let's just let's hold.
Halt!
Let's let the silver helms and everybody ride them down.
Assyrian guides us!
Only a fool!
Stop firing.
Silver helms! For our
That would speed this up. Now they're all gonna die. They can't run because they're in a town. We're just trying to get as much experience as we can. Okay. Close. Oh, we smashed him. What? How's that a close victory? Yeah, the reasons I didn't just trade shots with the shards there is because some of them had shields, and they just have a lot more damage output once they get close to you. You have more range with your archers, but your archers are pretty weak. The tier 1s. Once you get the tier 2 archers, the heavy shot ones or whatever, those are a little bit better. But like your tier 1 are okay, but they're vulnerable to the dark shards. And so what I wanted to do is neutralize their cavalry first with the spears. That's why I took some horses out with the spears and hunted down their cavalry. And then you notice that after I did that, I tried to flank around with the archers so that I could get some good shots in the back or shoot their archers while they were disrupted by the cavalry. It was really those silver helms and the chariot that did a lot of the work,
the might of
neutralizing their archers. And then our guys aren't very great on offense, as you can see, but they're pretty good on defense. They can hold the line. Shield of Merwin. I don't know if I've seen this one before. Okay, decent.
Take it all.
Ooh.
Take what is rightfully ours.
God, I really want that 20% replenishment. It sucks that
This
Occupy
place
doesn't give you
is
any
ours.
replenishment. I could just sack it. Maybe I
Take
just sack
what
it
you
because I
can.
don't want like the crazy penalties. I think if I occupy it later, then it won't give me the same penalty.
Take
I
it
could loot
all.
and occupy, but it's not really worth. And I'll have some extra
Burn
movement
it.
speed so that I can dash. I think I'm just gonna sack this for now. That sucks because they're gonna
Search
get their
this
garrison
place.
back, which is annoying. But I need this replenishment desperately.
Take what you can.
I don't know.
Take
I need to
it
be able
if you
to.
dare.
It's
To
gonna
the
be
victor,
annoying
the
because that's gonna
spoils.
force me to. That's gonna force me to have
We
to
will
go back and
seize
deal
it
with the
back.
rebellion later. But I need the 20% replenishment desperately.
Search
And I need to
this
be able to
place.
hire this turn too, so I need to hire like 3 more spears, probably. If
You
I
will
sack
pay
it,
for this.
like I'm just thinking I could sack and then like go ahead and pop in a boat and try
Take
to hop
what you
over
can.
where onto that onto the main area over there.
Consequences.
So if I sack, I don't have to deal with the provincial instability. I guess I can just probably walk over and hire anyways. Yeah, let's just sack. I don't... This is going to give a rebellion way too early.
Search this place. My strength grows.
Even though it's a little awkward because I do want to occupy it just because of the 20% replenishment, though.
The Assur have triumphed. Servant of the king.
It's not going to let me hire unless it's global, though. But it will let me dash, potentially.
We shall not rest.
I have to get over there and deal with that shrine before they get their thing going with it.
Everqueen. It shall be done.
Could just pop into the water here. Right here, maybe.
Servant of the king.
And I really need, like, these combined forces. The 4 defense is huge. Combined elites. I mean, Root Marcher could be pretty clutch here, but I think combined elites is good enough.
A glorious victory. Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
I don't misclick here.
Very well. Absolutely not. Into position.
Okay. But I can't dash. Okay. So next turn, I should be able to come over here. At least I got my units replenished. He should have taken some damage. Yeah, he took some damage, I think, for occupying this town. He's going to be building that ridiculous garrison, so I have to get over there and kill him, like, this turn. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... With that, let's do diplomacy again here. I think we already got donations from them. Tyrannic.
Welcome. What would you have the Assur do? A foolish suggestion.
Mistress of the Undying Forest.
Okay, they don't seem to mind. Illyrian is...
You stand before the mistress of the...
I could go ahead and get some money to go to war with these dudes up here. Let me go ahead and...
Defender of the... I will receive your petition in the name of the Phoenix, as you say.
At least I've kind of got a friend. Yeah, they don't like our treaties with Avalorn, but... Whatever. Okay, let's see if someone will pay us.
Alariel
Go to war with
the
Scourge of
Radiant.
Cain.
Welcome to the court
So we
of
can
the
get that money
Everqueen.
going. Last time in the last campaign they did it for this.
The time is now.
Okay. So the reason that I just want to go to war with Scourge of Cain because it is going to give me better relations with them. See, they have war with Scourge of Cain, so they like that. I imagine Illyrian's going to like that too. Yeah, they like it as well. So we get some money out of it. These guys probably like it also, yes.
I'm waiting. I bid you welcome to the court of the Phoenix.
Get some money out of it, get some extra diplomacy with a lot of these people, so... Scourge of Cain's not going to send a 20 sack or anything. I mean, these guys are... Everyone's fighting them up here, so... It's a pretty good bargain, I think. Get a little extra cash going here.
The Assur have triumphed.
Okay, we've got that going. Can't do any techs until we get this to tier 2, the rally field. Yep. We just have to win these fights decisively. Last time I took the town, and then I just recruited like 3 units. And then tried to run over here, but it took like 3 turns to get over there. I should be able to pop up on this shore in 1 turn. Then they'll probably try to come over here and attack me with the garrison. And it's going to be a tough fight, but this time, hopefully, I won't be winded. I will have 3 less spearmen, but my units are also more replenished. So the 20% replenishment's a pretty big deal. And I'm going to be there 1 turn faster. So they're like trying to recruit right now, but I think if they move during their turn to stop me, they're not going to be able to recruit, or they're not going to have those units. So we'll see. We're going to have to circle back and grab this tower eventually, but the 20% replenishment is massive at this point in the game, so there's an interesting strategic choice there. I love this game. It's just like that thing that glitched out just really pissed me off last time. Because I know that Simon, you know, and a bunch of people that enjoy this campaign, especially Simon, who donated, really wants to see, like, some good stuff. Okay, yes, Beastman can come out. Now, what is this shit? Like, what? Why am I starting at 43% movement? What is this? What are these new rules that I'm unaware of? Like, I'm not on... Is it because I'm, like, on the beach or something? Like, what the hell is going on? Why does the movement not work? Like, it stops my movement at the most troll places possible every time. Like, I'm, like, a couple of pixels away from being able to get on the shore. In the previous campaign, I was 1 pixel away from being able to stop Shrine of Assyrian. So, like, what? It's just so inconsistent. Why 43%? That's such a random number. Is it like if you move 1 turn with March Stance, then the next turn is also impacted in terms of like what you can move? Your units are tired or something? I don't mind that, but like explain that. Well, we're gonna have to be tired again and pop up on this shore. It's not good.
The Druki are no threat.
Because this is gonna have, I mean, it's not gonna have a huge garrison, but still gonna have 5 units. You know, with these 3, that's gonna be 15 units on my 14, and my units are gonna be tired. We gotta have Weapon Master, anything that helps us fight.
What orders?
Okay, well, we're gonna have to dash to get over here, because we have to get up here this turn. No. No freaking way. I don't believe it. How am I not able to get on the shore? Can I get on right here?
Setting sail. I cannot obey. Not possible. Anchors away. Absolutely not.
I'm about to lose my freaking mind. Okay, I'm resetting this turn. I never do this in a campaign, but I've never had to play guess and check. Like, where can I move this turn? I have no idea. Do I start off with 14% move speed? Do I start off with 43% move speed? If it has a yellow line jutting up right next to somewhere that it seems like I should be able to move, am I actually going to be able to move there? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, I'm already on a boat. I understand for balance reasons, you know, they may not want you to go land to boat, back onto land again. That could be overpowered, but like, if I'm already spending a full turn worth of movement to go from land to boat, then I should the next turn be able to go from boat to land, if it makes sense. And it should, because the yellow line extends almost all the way around that island. The yellow line covers like over half the circumference of that island. So why can I not go out? Yes, Beastman Rising. So let's see if we can solve this puzzle together. Okay, so I can wrap around the whole freaking island. But for some reason, this is obviously a shore where you could conceivably land. For some reason, I can't land on that shore.
Ulf-One's defender. A promising lieutenant.
It lets him go up there. Look at this. I could walk right up there right now with my hero. Of course, he can move much further, but like...
Speed is essential.
Maybe it's acting like I can't go up there, but if I like find the right place to click, maybe I can do it. Right here, maybe?
Anchors away.
Let's see if we can play guess and check here.
Not possible. I cannot.
Okay. Woo! We got guess and check. All right, good. Like, what the hell?
Protector of the Evergreen.
Why doesn't it just say that? It's saying red, and I'm like clicking on the island everywhere, trying to find the one little
gods are with
pixel
us.
where it'll let me do a move that should be allowed. I mean, maybe right here I could see, like, because it's within this thing's zone of control, maybe it won't let me land, like, right here, but why wouldn't it let me land here? This is outside of the zone of control. Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the logic
Tyrion,
of, like, what's wrong with this movement. This has never happened in my other campaigns. Not to this extent. Like, sometimes there's a couple of things where it's like, it tells me I should have 51% movement speed left, but, you know, I end up with 49%, and then I'm pissed because I can't go into, like, ambush stance or something. But I've never seen it to this degree before, like, this level of trollery with the movement. It's just like, it's totally random and just doesn't have logic to it, as far as I can see. Maybe they wanted to make it harder to, like, move. I mean, I don't know, but...
Protector of what would you ask
Okay.
of the asset?
At your service. Your wit and wisdom will be a welcome distraction. Sit, if you will it.
Okay, so because we went to war, we got a little bit more favor, and they're willing to do a trade
of
pact
the
with
true
us.
of heart, always find a
Yes.
And we spotted them, so now we have some trade with them, too. I should have maybe tried to see if I could get, like, 300 gold out of them for that, but...
At your service. Welcome. Your words and deeds will be watched with interest.
I don't like a lot of our treaties. I mean, I need to kill them eventually, but I need to go kill these other people first. Okay,
The
well,
Druki
guess that's
are
it.
no
Can't do anything
threat.
else, right? We're still waiting. Okay, so now they're gonna come here and attack me. I should have been able to pop up on this island without having to use my dash stance. That's ridiculous that, you know, I only have that little movement speed on a boat. But I had to do dash stance, so I'm going to be tired if I go into combat here. And they probably will attack me. I mean, maybe I should have taken the Tower of Lycian at that point. I was doing this to save a turn and not have to come up there and be tired for this fight, but we're going to be tired for the fight, so. We need to kill everybody. Like, the last time I did this, in the last campaign, my Silver Helms were injured. And I wasn't able to run people down. But I have to run down everybody and kill them. Like, there can be no survivors here. And I swear to God, it better let me attack the town on the next turn if I win this fight. I'm actually closer than I was last time, too. So I have, like, some fewer units than I had before, I believe.
Of Anarian.
This is a lot less favorable than it was, though, because they're going to be able to combine faster than they could before. Before, like, the reinforcements were coming out from, like, really far behind. And so I had more time to get in there and, you know, make my presence felt. I don't think they have any horses. I don't remember seeing any. Which is going to be good for us overall, but it's still not going to be... Still not going to be amazing. It's just better than it was.
Advance! We go! Advance! Understood!
They get to start off with all their units right off the bat. That's
Archers! To battle! Forward! Ready and able!
Heir of Anarian.
Ifilmar chariots! Apace!
As you say. For Ulthuan.
Quickly now! Asa, advance!
So we're getting kind of blocked in there.
Heir of Anarion.
Sinner!
For the king!
Defending order!
Move! Awaiting orders! Together!
We need to come over here and deal with these bats, probably.
Archers! Without fail!
Like, they are really wanting to go after my horses here.
Orders received! Swiftly!
So let's get over here and kill these first.
Move! Attack! Noble!
Servant of light.
Ifilmar chariots! Advance!
Alright, let's go over here this way.
As you say! Setting forth!
March. Setting forth.
Get those bats out. Okay, there's the shades.
Assassinating guides us! Silver helms! Understood! Archers! Sinner! For Assyrian!
Actually, let's wrap these around this way.
Silver helms! Noble! Advance! For Lothen!
I go. It is done.
Make Ulthuan proud! Ifilmar chariots!
Get around back
Quickly
here.
now!
Heir of Anarion.
Direct me! Seal! March!
Heir of Anarion. Attack! Onward!
Silver helms! Death to all! Die! Ifilmar chariots! Sinner! Euripare!
Heir of Anarion.
Archers! Asa, advance!
Advance!
Loyal! For Ulthuan! For Ulthuan! Noble! Right away!
Champion of Alaria.
Dauntless!
Shield of the Ever-Queen.
Ifilmar chariots! It will be done! For duty!
Really? The shades, their freaking archers beat my horses even off the
Roll
charge.
back.
Are you kidding me right now?
Setting forth! Acknowledged! Archers! Quickly now!
Wow,
Acknowledged!
strong cav, man. Strong
Setting
cav.
forth!
Soloed by
Orders
archers.
received. Without fail.
Our resolve is failing!
I gotta have those cav to run them down too, because they're gonna get to run back to their little home if I don't get to attack them, especially.
Orders received! For our ancestors!
I have to keep the special thing on Tyrion because he's gonna run if I don't.
Silver helms! For Ulthuan!
We advance! Acknowledged! Move!
Loyal! Asa, forward! Jonathan!
Where's dude? Okay, we need to get him back over here.
Quickly now!
The Reaper.
tireless. Without fail.
They're all running.
Apace. Serve the king.
Archers! Spearmen! Swiftly! We will obey!
Son of Ulthuan. The king. Loyal. We advance. Lacoy.
Make Ulthuan proud!
Archers. Move.
Draw back! Heir of Alarion!
Advance.
Understood! For Azurian! Purify! It shall be done.
It will be done. Without question. Assyrian guides us.
Yes! We advance! Asa! Forward!
Noble. Understood. Archers.
If they ran.
Acknowledged. Weapons ready.
It will be done! Archers! Death to all!
Moving out! Silver helms! Make Ulthuan proud!
Without fail, battle calls! Archers! It shall be done!
Tyrion. I go.
Yes!
Assyrian guides us. Archers. We go. March. Advance. Our will is tested. Onward. Noble born. On me.
Crap. All right.
Archers.
Well, we got it.
Attack.
Took about everything we had, but
Onward.
-5
Loyal.
leadership's definitely rolling up.
Silver helms! We advance!
Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them all.
Ancestors!
Noble. For honor.
Archers! Acknowledged!
We're not gonna be able to get any of them. Came down to it, fighting their lord, man. He got a lot of lucky hits on me. Just had to put our head down and go for it. He's unbreakable. If he would have hit me, if that lord would have hit me one more time, I would have been dead. All right. Our archers are still in good shape. Tyrion is obviously not in good shape right now, though. If we lose Tyrion, like, it's bad. We can replace him with another lord, though. He'll be back in, like, 5 turns. It's not the end of the world if we lose Tyrion. It's not great. But... just can't ever take money after fights, pretty much, because that's just not worth it. And we wiped most of them out. We got their lord, and we got a lot of this stuff. They're still going to get to run, though, with this. We're just going to do this for their replenishment, so we need every unit we can get. Oh, they got like a sorceress lord, huh? I forgot that was even an option. I thought they just had normal lords, like either crossbow or sword.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
66% movement range we're starting with.
As you command.
Okay, but now it's 49%. Just like guess and check. Like literally the last campaign I ended right here, and it said I had 85% movement range, and then it dropped down to 14%. This time I randomly started with 49%, and when I was in dash stance it was like 66%. It's just like flip a coin. Is it totally randomized how much you actually get to move in a turn?
You waste my time.
It just seems troll as hell.
Servant of the king.
All right.
Protector of the Ever Queen.
Let's put these together and make them easier to micro.
Ever vigilant. At your service.
Is she gonna get reinforcements or not?
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan. Her servant.
No, she's probably gonna run if I
This
attack
will
her.
fail.
I imagine. I mean,
No.
maybe she doesn't. I should have the movement to attack her. How much is that gonna cost? 22%. And then go in and hit the town next. Wait, hold on. So if I attack her, the town reinforces.
Shield
but if I
against the
attack the
darkness.
town, then she does not reinforce. Is that? I want to kill her.
What is this foolishness?
Tyrion, heir.
I'm afraid
of an
she's
Aryan.
gonna run like over here or something though, and then I'm not gonna be able to chase her, and then I may not be able to get the town. She might fight it with the town though. I think I have to try
Kill
to get
them.
her. Of course, she gets to run. And I can't move because I'm in the town
No.
zone of control, so I can't chase her. I mean, so much of it's so free control,
Champion of
but
the Ever Queen.
This will
whatever.
fail.
At least it stops her from recruiting.
Servant of the king. For my queen.
Alright, I'm just gonna auto-resolve this. It shouldn't kill your legendary lord on an auto-resolve.
There is
At
glory
least it
to
never
be
did in the
won.
past. Okay.
You will pay for this.
Okay, so we only get 5% for this one. We got 20% on the last one, so I don't... Maybe it's because of how many units the garrison had or something.
Keep your filthy hands off. There will be consequences.
Who's
You will
occupying?
never be safe.
We have captured it. Occupy this place.
Could do loot and occupy. That's just going to cost too many
nights
rebellion
are
problems. It's not
long
worth the
here.
5%. It's just occupy.
For Alariel, my queen.
Okay, now we're getting a lot of replenishment. Okay, I think we just want everything we can get here. The spearmen. Yeah. So let's do it that way.
A promising lieutenant.
Let's make him a little bit better in combat. A little bit more damage. He killed like 17 units last time, but... Maybe we go for more replenishment here. A little bit more replenishment and more defense. Just let him face tank stuff. I mean, secure influence is nice. I just don't think we're gonna have money to spam that early. Just go with hard to hit. Remember, if he has anything, it's worthwhile. I think he's one of the weaker heroes. I know people are disagreeing with me about that, but let's just put it this way. I think there are much better heroes in the game than him. Yeah, I know he has a bonus against the large, and he's got some armor and things like that, but he doesn't get really amount that matters. I mean, the chariot, like, eventually can be pretty decent, you know. It's nice to have a chariot, but it's not like it's a dragon or anything like that. And, like, he doesn't have anything that buffs up your allies, you know, that gives everybody extra melee attack or melee defense or anything like that. He doesn't have any spells. He doesn't have, like... He's got assassinate, but he doesn't have, like, break walls or anything else. He's got to replenish, which is nice, but either way, whatever. We've got him.
The Assa are troubled.
What is this? We get 3 Phoenix Guard and 1 Flamepire Phoenix if we go with this building. It does give 5 public order, and all regions get less corruption. What are warship buildings? Oh, these. Much cheaper for that. Phoenix Guard are tier 5 units, so we're not going to get those forever. But the +5 public order is pretty legit, though. So we've got some public order problems here, for sure. It's way better than the other options, I think. I do want some of these elven trinkets. They are worth, I think, 20 gold each, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, we wouldn't get +5 public order until way up here. That would cost a lot. So yeah, I think getting this is probably just the best way to go right now. Now that gives +2 public order with this mod, which is nice. And then income from trade is good. We can afford that. Let's just go ahead and grab that. Actually, I don't think we can afford it because we're going to have to hire more units here. Yeah, we can't afford it. We're broke. We don't get any money from winning fights.
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
Well, okay, so she should not be able to hire. She's going to replenish some, so that's going to be 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she's going to have like 17 units.
Your orders?
I'm going to have 15. Mine are going to be a little banged up, though. But it's what we got. All right, we're at 53 minutes. Like I said, I'll explain some more and break down my strategy in the next episode. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get trolled before
Everqueen, you have
I
my
spend 20 minutes
undivided
explaining
attention.
something.
This cannot happen.
Yeah, I got money.
Can
off
I
that
offer
already.
assistance? What would you have of the Phoenix King, stranger? I agree.
Got a little bit more there. Usually they have to be in the green before they'll consider hooking you up. It's just Kothic right now, and Yvres. Okay, so these guys are going to be sending in a 20 stack at some point, probably. Some point soon. Maybe not 20, but they're going to be sending a lot. Okay. Might get one more fight here. So if we don't get trolled in this last little section, we're going to take on Jerial, and then we're going to circle back and have to grab Tower of Lycian, and then we're going to go for the tier 2 infantry thing so that we can start getting upgrades, like tech upgrades. Then we'll go for the heavy arrowhead archers which are a pretty nice and fairly priced upgrade, I believe. I don't remember who our... I think we get normal Lothern Seaguard, which we might want to get. In the base game, they're just not worth it, probably because your normal archers are so cheap with the discount. It's ridiculous, and you don't get a discount on them with Tyrion. You get 2 chevrons with them, which is nice. It does give you some extra stats, but you don't get a discount on them. And so it ends up being like, yep, you have to pay like 3 times as much for the Sea Guard as you would normal archers. Even though the Sea Guard are better, they're not that much better. Okay, negative growth. Didn't that just happen, like, last turn? How much negative growth are we on here?
The people are restive.
Oh, they changed it to where if your populace is troubled, you get -1, or you get negative diplomatic relations with high elves also. Wow. That's added in. That sucks. Extra recruitment, extra tax rate, and negative growth. Jesus. So if you have negative public order, it's really bad. So they're trying to make it hard, the diplomacy a lot harder. Which, to be fair, probably needed to happen in one way or another because, you know, once you end up, if you end up confederating with 2 or 3 of these factions on this island, you pretty much win the game.
Ready for orders.
If you get this whole island, it's so hard. Enemies just won't go out of their way to come kill you, and then, you know, you can just kind of pick where you want to go and go kill them. Especially if you go to the north, like the Dark Elves be the only people that might come over to try to get you, and like Chaos, when they spawn up here, might come at you, but like you can pretty reasonably befriend if you work on it, like the Bretonians over here, and they're not going to attack you on the east side. Maybe the pirates do at some point. These guys are too far away. They're not going to mess. These guys are probably not going to mess. So it's really just you come up here and start messing with that, and that's kind of how the campaign goes. And if you manage to take all of this up here and this, then you just there's pretty much no way you can lose. If you ever lose an army, you just buy another one. It doesn't matter.
My visions predict failure.
Okay, so 6. Alright, well, we gotta fight it. Let's do it. They are triple fight here. These guys are injured, which I don't like, but and our silver helms, but we can't wait another turn because they're gonna get 3 more units. I mean, I guess we could hire 3 and then they hire 3. Maybe that'd be worth. I'd get the full health on Tyrion. Maybe I like that idea. Do it that way. Maybe. So we have 7 on the front line, and we'd have 6 archers, and I think that's a pretty good spread. I'm gonna actually do this because they're gonna get 3, I'm gonna get 3, and then, but I get replenishment on a ton of my units, a lot of replenishment. I think that's probably worth. Even though I can't like upgrade these buildings or buy anything, I need to make sure we win this fight.
Waste my time.
100%.
Protector of the Everqueen.
So we might be bankrupt after this. I mean, we're only going to make 500 gold per turn. But yeah, I just don't think we can play around. We got to make sure we get it.
The goddess forbids it.
They have like 15 right now. They're going to go up to like 18.
What is this foolishness?
So. Okay. Who hasn't paid up?
Alariel, the true of heart, always find a warm welcome.
Okay, I think everybody else is. We're good with them. Tyrannic.
At your service.
I think they
I've
paid
heard
last
tales
turn.
of your valor.
Prince of what requests would you make of the Phoenix King? Wise indeed.
You gotta be careful with the defensive alliance because I don't want to get into a fight with her. Wait, what?
Speak.
Queen of Avalon.
Oh, I was looking at how she feels
Guardian of the Phoenix
about
crown.
them, I think. I saw something like broken
Alariel, the
treaties with them.
Radiant.
Can I offer
Anyways, whatever.
assistance?
Okay. We'll do one last fight here. So this will be, what, 3 fights in an episode? Which is pretty good. Then next episode, I'll start explaining stuff a little bit more, like which units we want, what your overall strategy should be, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I just want this first episode to make sure I don't get trolled and to make sure I have it on a reasonable thing. Why is it? What's going on?
I am Tyrion, champion of the Everqueen.
It's like, why is it zooming out slowly? Defensive alliance. I don't want to piss off Avalorn. I could cancel the alliance. That's going to hurt me with everybody, though, if I do that. I do want to confederate with them. I just don't think it's going to get to that point yet. I don't want to risk. It's like the problem is if Avalorn attacks them, then I have to go to war with Avalorn or break this treaty. And if I break this treaty, it's gonna everyone on the island's gonna go to war with me. I don't think so. Defensive treaties are sketchy as hell. Really, you only want to do defensive treaties and military alliances if like your faction, it's the person that you're allying with is not gonna fight your other friends, basically. And there's a pretty good chance that usually you don't even want to bro up with somebody that one of your friends doesn't like. But here I kind of do because I kind of I need the trade agreement, I need the money. And I also eventually would like to confederate with them, but we'll see. Confederations are so huge, not just because like you get their armies and stuff, that doesn't matter as much, but you get the buildings. So you don't have to spend the gold or have the growth for those buildings. Okay, and if you've noticed, you do get 2 skill points per turn, which is really nice because, what do we want here? Then you don't have to wait around as much, and like power farm other, power farm little towns or something like that to try to level up. It's just a lot less gamey, and it keeps the enemy in it too, because if they hire a lord, usually they get, like 6 ranks on their lord or something like that, so I'm gonna go with this. It gives 12% ammo and extra reload time reduction on a lot of different units. Only other thing, you can start going for Root Marcher. I mean, Sword Player is actually like okay. It's a little bit better than it once used to be because Steel Faith adds in this Curse of Venarian thing. 12 melee defense for 2 points is pretty good, as is 12 attack, so because he's a really good duelist. So this is definitely more tempting than it has been in the past, but eventually we need to get over here. We need to get to Draft Master, Lightning Strike, Quartermaster, Elven Healing. Like, all of this stuff is so strong for your whole army. I almost never go for Duelist on my main lord. On Heroes, sure, but not on the main lord. You need these red tree stuff and blue tree stuff. We're going to go with this. Should help us out significantly with our archers. We're going to need all the help we get from this fight here. This is probably going to be a tough one.
This will fail. No.
Shield against the darkness. By Assurian. To victory.
Okay, so this is going to be our last big fight. We're going to have a long episode, but
kill them all.
This is basically what the first 2 episodes would have been without me explaining stuff in the previous one, so I'm trying to cover for lost time here.
Bring me battle.
I may have hired too much. I don't know, because I'm only going to be getting like 100 gold a turn now, but I feel like I need a big army, and they're about to send some people over at me also. I can always delete a couple of these units if I have to down the line. Maybe get rid of the White Lions or the Chariot or something. The Chariot's pretty good, though. I don't know. We get a discount on the Silver Helms. We need the horses, because we need to be able to deal with their archers on the back line. Even though the Silver Helms haven't been like super impressive, I do like how they gave them a little bit of extra versus infantry.
Eager for battle, heir of Anarion.
Dauntless, we will obey. Spearmen, as you say.
And we need to have a good army ready to go for when, you know, those other elves come for us here in a second.
Orders received.
So I'm okay with kind of spending a lot on an army here.
Understood. Ithalmar chariots. Noble. As you
I want these guys in the back, so I like to have them flanking, so they're not as defensive. They have low melee defense, but they have pretty nice damage, pretty nice offense. I mean, 45-26 is not that amazing. I mean, this is 40-46. They both have the prowess. These have 86 total melee attack and defense. These have more armor. These have armor sundering, which is nice. They're very expensive, though. I mean, maybe I should just get rid of these guys. These spears just seem way better most of the time, but these have way more armor piercing, too. Damage. They do a lot more damage. So, yeah, we want to use them as flanks.
Archers!
Over there. They don't have horses, though, I believe.
We will obey.
They have some Blackheart Corsairs, okay.
Orders received. For duty.
Acknowledged. Setting forth.
Archers!
Sinner!
We will obey.
Understood! Swiftly! White Lions! Understood! Onward!
Spearmen! To the fray!
So they're bringing a spear with their archers over here, which is really annoying, so that's going to make it tougher to pick them off.
Advance! For duty!
Okay, now their spears are going away.
Ithalmar chariots!
Now their spears are coming back, so we're going to have to hurry our way through this.
Archers! Ancestors!
Forward! Heir of Anarion! Tireless! Noble lord!
Understood!
Orders understood!
Assyrian guides us! Move! Serve the king!
Archers!
Understood!
Orders received.
For Ulthuan! We away!
For the king!
Where's their sorceress? Okay, there she is. Try to flank
Moving
her.
out!
See, I get to her.
Understood! Apace! Yes! Move!
Silver helms!
For the Everqueen!
We go! Assyrian willing!
Going forth! Alariel!
Without fail. Asa, attack! Loyal! Deploy!
Nope, run.
Setting forth! Moving out!
Only a fool would Ithalmar chariots! Setting forth! I am ready! Understood! Heir of Anarion!
Archers! Asa, advance!
We go!
As you say. We go!
Forward! Without question!
Without fail.
With me!
It shall be done. To battle!
No!
Onward!
Oh my gosh, I'm
Quickly
getting
now!
fired right in the back by these hand bows.
As
I
you
hope I don't lose my silver helms off that.
Move! By Alariel! Archers! We will obey!
No, don't fire in that stuff.
Assyrian guides us. Sir, forward!
For the Everqueen!
Tyrion! Very well. We will obey.
It shall be done! Oriole!
To the fray!
The cowards! Ithelmar chariots!
White Lions! Orders received!
We will obey.
Where are these things?
We
They rally
away.
back? What?
Loyal!
Battle calls!
It will be done! Assyrian guides us!
Onward!
For duty, we will obey.
Destroy them!
Without question.
Acknowledge! March!
Loyal, onward!
Archers! March!
Ithelmar chariots!
Swiftly! We go! For Lothan! Asa! Attack!
Quick time! Orders received! To battle!
Alright, we got them all. Archer's taking care of business.
Understood. For the king!
Yeah, so we got our silver helms in some trouble there, which is not great.
For duty! Setting forth!
Ithelmar chariots! Quickly now!
Okay, so that's going to be about an hour and 11. Alright, so it looks like we did not... We made it without getting trolled.
Sail!
For now.
For Assyria!
Still don't understand what's up with the movement thing, but hopefully
Son of Ulthwin,
it won't come back to bite us as much.
Advance! Battle calls! Asa! Advance!
Ithelmar chariots! Assyrian willing!
Yes!
I like how they go flying when they get charged. Guys are like, please let me out. I think that did it. It was pretty good overall, except for the silver helms getting busted up, but we can probably replenish those. Yeah, those archers are starting to get kind of strong, those upgrades. 10% faster fire. Is it like 15% more ammo, something like that? You get a lot of pretty early techs that upgrade like your low tier units to where they're pretty strong defensive machines. They're like not as good as something like the dwarves, but you get a lot of extra melee defense and melee attack with both the red tree and with the techs. There's like 2 or 3 like pretty early tier techs that help you out a lot with that.
A glorious victory!
So we did get some money off of that. I still don't know why they called that close. I mean, I lost... They had more units than I did. And I lost a 1/6 of the units they had, so...
Take what is rightfully ours.
It's going to occupy. It's a port. So usually you don't want to smash in
Join
ports
us.
because you don't, it just doesn't
We
help
have
you.
captured it.
You're gonna have to repair the port anyways. So where does occupy?
Occupy this place. My strength grows.
Loot and occupy is almost always a terrible idea unless you just want some money and replenishment and you don't intend to hold the territory. So if you're just going to let it fall to a rebellion or whatever because it's untenable, but sacking doesn't make sense because you're going to take attrition, maybe it's a chaos territory or something, or whatever the case is, you don't want to hold the territory if you loot and occupy most of the time, unless you just really, really want to fight some rebellions, which sometimes you do with New Lords, but by and large, it's usually not worth it. So your option then is to sack and then occupy, which is better if you actually want to hold the territory, but you don't care about the tech level. If you're okay with the tier 1 or tier 2 tech level, where you get a huge bonus to sacking. Oh, cool. Don't have funds. That gives us public order, influence. 3,000 gold is a lot. And extra diplomacy with every faction. That's pretty legit. And then this one is extra replenishment for a little bit. And immune to attrition and 15% untainted. So that's okay. If we're like starting to try to take over a bunch of chaos territory or something, maybe that's worthwhile. That one's a little iffy, but like this one's really good. This one's situational but could be good, and this one is really good when you're trying to level up your sorceress.
We are ill at
So we don't have an extra slot yet. We really need to level this up so we can get the wine. So we have trade partners, we don't have anything to trade them. Okay, and we are getting some more money now, so that's good. Growth, extra money from trade. Okay. So we can start throwing down some money buildings. I'm not even sure, the public order is definitely worth. I think we're just going to have to get this for the public order if nothing else. The extra combating corruption isn't always relevant, but could be helpful. So our next mission in the next episode, we're going to come over here, clean this up. Hopefully they repaired it for us, which they did, it looks like. So they're going to hire an army with maybe a couple of units or something, but we should be able to get over there in a couple of turns. And then we're going to have to start coming over here and cleaning this up, going for these guys. Getting ballistas is really nice for sieging. Although having a bunch of archers is also really good for sieging, especially if we get that that hammer thing, but I think it requires 3 techs for that. But the ballista is very nice overall. They're pretty cheap. They do some like good damage against enemy archers, obviously good damage in sieges, knock out siege towers. This chariot I think is too expensive for what it is. It can fire stuff. I've never been a fan of most chariots in the game. They do require a lot of micromanagement. You can get a lot of kills, but they can't stay in combat. This might be a situation where maybe a chariot, but I think that silver helms in general are going to be better just because I get the discount on them. And there's a lot of them. There's like 60 in a stack instead of 4 chariots now. These do weigh a lot, so their charge will do a lot of damage, but I don't know. Chariots are okay, but I think they're just overpriced in general in the game. They require like a lot of micromanagement, which I can do, but that takes your focus away from other aspects of the fight too. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Sea Guard, as I said before, are a little bit more tempting than they have been in the past. These Shadow Warriors, not so much. Maybe. We'll take a look at them. The Sea Guard they're only 30 more than the Sea Guard. They do have a lot of missile damage. They have 42 base missile damage versus... These are what I was really thinking of spamming here. If I can get them. Can we hover them? Hello? There we go. So those do 28 piercing damage, and we get 25% off. We get the discount on them. These do have 26 ammo, and they do 42 damage. What is this again? They have snipe. I don't remember what snipe does. I think it's like if you are like far away, it does extra damage. They gain extra accuracy and reload skill and snipe. That's pretty legit. That's pretty legit. We might try them out. They're only 288. They do have strong vigor. 20% missile resist is nice. They can actually fight in combat too. They have 43 melee attack, 45 defense. So they're definitely buffed up. They're way better at fighting than these normal archers are. So maybe it's worth looking into them again. Maybe a couple of them at least. Sea Guard are really nice. You have a lot of upgrades for them. And they have silver shields, which is great in firefights against enemy missile units because those shields are going to block a lot. It's like 65% of all small arm fire. And they have decent armor. And they have spears. So if cavalry comes at them, you know, they can actually fight back fairly well against the cavalry, which is really good. It's borderline overpowered in a lot of cases. Whereas these guys can get in and like flank from behind if they run out of ammo. They have pretty decent armor-piercing damage and pretty good melee attack, although their defense is not that great. They do have the martial prowess, though, for the extra defense. They can fire while moving, which is a big deal. I don't think they have Parthenon shot, which means they can't fire while they're running backwards. I don't believe. They do have stalk, so you can creep up behind people, whereas these can definitely not fire while moving. Or those can. The Talons can. These are another one that like might be on the docket. They don't have very much ammo, but they are kind of like the shadow guys from above. They're just cheaper, where they do have melee attack and defense. Like they aren't that much worse off than the spears, but they do have some ammo as well, and they do quite a bit of damage. They don't get upgraded by stuff, though, I don't believe, because they're a new unit. I don't think they get the upgrades. We'll see. Whereas I think the Shadow Dancers... So Archers and Sea Guard get this +8 melee attack and defense, which is a huge deal. Shadow Warriors get the ammo stuff, but they don't get the attack and defense. You notice the Sea Guard get the melee attack, the melee defense, and the ammo, and the reload reduction. They get all that stuff. And I get 2 chevrons whenever I hire them. That's why I'm saying the Sea Guard get pretty interesting with this build. But anyways, I don't want the campaign to go on much longer than it already has, or not the campaign, but this episode. So thank you very much for tuning in. Sorry I was a little sassy at the beginning. Hopefully that didn't turn too many people off.
Tyrion,
I was so frustrated, but I had to get this episode in. Usually I would take an hour or two and just kind of chill and go do something else if I get trolled like that. But we did get 3 fights in here. This one looks like it's a lot more sustainable. Hopefully we don't get trolled on the movement much more. But sorry if you tuned in for that first episode, but I think this is what the first and second episode combined would have been. You know, the second episode in that previous campaign would have been, if I didn't get trolled, I would have attacked the shrine. That would have been a good fight. Would have come down here. That would have been a good fight. And then I would have just, you know, discussed some more strategy stuff and maybe, you know, teched up and got ready to come over here. So hopefully that's okay. Sorry about the trollery. I don't know why I'm apologizing for the enemy or like the AI trolling me, but whatever. We're at it. Like I said, that's very rare. I pretty much never do that. Never have to do that. Restart a campaign like that. But it was a campaign ending glitch with the movement. But anyways, we'll keep going. It should be a lot of fun. We'll try out some of these new units. I do think that Steel Faith overall, aside from whatever that movement thing is going, that may not even be Steel Faith's deal. That might be CA's deal in the vanilla game. I don't know. I've never seen it, and I've played a lot of Steel Faith campaigns. So it is going to enforce us to play some different kinds of strategies. It will be fun. I'll explain the cap system a bit more next episode. It's basically like our top tier units where we have a limited amount of them. So we can only have so many sword masters, so many phoenixes, so many dragons, and things like that. So we're going to be limited. So we're going to have to use some more variety in some of these lower tier units, like maybe some Shadow Warriors, maybe some more Sea Guard, maybe some, you know, Eagles or Silver Helms or whatever. So I think that's pretty cool that it forces some diversity. And then when we actually have an army with, you know, some of this big stuff up near the top, it'll actually feel really epic and really powerful when we get to it. Instead of just, you know, in the baseline game, you just basically get to Star Dragons and just spam like 10 Star Dragons and you win. Pretty much. But anyways, we'll get at it next time. So thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you then. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content.